So this video is for AMP2. We're continuing with the 3-part kidney. This portion is going to be on here. We have a portion, just a segment of the kidney. So some things are going to be in common. So once again, we have the cortex and then we have the medulla. Now, this here, region V, this is part of the pyramid. So here's the pyramid. I guess the top of the pyramid would be the papilla, but that's not labeled on here. Okay. And then here's your arcuate, artery and vein, making the arch there. Okay, so what we have here, we've got a few things we need to get off track. So let's start with J and K. All right, J, this group of blood vessels here is called the glomerulus. And blood comes into the glomerulus by something called an afferent. Afferent means into, arteriole. So blood comes into it. So then it goes to the glomerulus. After the glomerulus, so here's another glomerulus over here. So it leaves the glomerulus and it goes into, so everything is going to be related to the portions in its relation to the glomerulus. So you get this is called the proximal convoluted tubule. So this is because it's closer to the glomerulus. From there you go down. So we're going down. This is the descending loop of Henle. So we're going from the cortex, we're going down into the medulla, and then we go up, and these are called, this is the ascending loop of Henle. Once we get to the top, we get into some twisty portions here. This is the distal convoluted tubule. Now notice, yes, it's right here, close to the glomerulus, but we had to go all the way through this in order to get there. So this would be the distal convoluted tubule. And from there, it goes into the collecting duct, which will go on down into one of the calyces, minor calyces, major calyx, into, make its way down to the renal pelvis, into the ureter. Now, don't get all hung up on the left and right here. What you have to do when you're looking at these is you have to find the glomerulus and take your finger and actually follow this. So this isn't labeled, but this would be the proximal convoluted tubule. And then we go down. This is the descending loop of Henle. So notice, so it's not always on the left or the right. You have to actually follow it. So this is a descending loop of Henle. We turn the corner, we start coming up. This is the ascending loop of Henle. And then we get into this other portion. This is the distal convoluted tubule, not J, that's the glomerulus. This isn't labeled as distal convoluted tubule, but there it is. And on into this collecting duct.